Welcome to the ABCs of conference networking. We are all the way up to the letter J, and J is about the journey. Let's face it, attending a networking event or an industry conference is not the end of networking. In fact, networking doesn't happen at networking events. The event itself is simply a tool to help people make a connection. The actual networking takes place after your event. And meeting someone once doesn't make them part of your network. Meeting someone once makes them someone who you have met once. And there is a huge difference between someone you've met once and somebody who you have cultivated a long-term and mutually beneficial relationship with, where you both are going to find more success in business because of that connection. So when you're attending a live in-person event, don't think that meeting someone, shaking hands, asking them a few questions, giving them your elevator pitch, switching business cards, and then sending a LinkedIn request makes them your buddy. The truth is, it really doesn't mean anything if you don't have follow-up. And the follow-up is all about life's journey. You know, you have met and had people come and go throughout your entire life. Sometimes you've had great experiences with relationships with people. Sometimes you've had those friends who have kind of maybe screwed you over. And sometimes you've tried really hard to network with somebody because you just knew that you could do business with them, they could do business with you, and they weren't interested. They didn't want to come on the journey with you. And you know what? It's okay. Not everybody who you encounter are you going to be able to cultivate the real type of relationship that's going to lead to more opportunities. I fully believe that all opportunities in life come from people. But like I said, meeting them doesn't really mean anything. Having a connection to them in LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook or TikTok, it really makes no difference whatsoever if the two of you together are not engaged in sharing your journey with each other. Now, sometimes along the journey, people come and go. I've had a few business and social friends who I was really close with, who I thought we were forever friends. I thought we had, that special bond. And for whatever reason, they have moved on and decided not to be friends with me. You know what? That's just part of the journey. Connecting with humans is an interesting thing because every time you talk to another person, another carbon-based life form, that person is going through life carrying their own stuff. You know what I mean by stuff? Sometimes it's good stuff. They're getting married, they got promotion, they've started a new business, something great has happened in their life. And when we can share that with somebody, that's part of the journey where real friendships and relationships get built. We become closer with people when we share experiences with them. So when you meet people, don't just look at them as a name on a business card or somebody who you can add to your follower list on social media. Instead, when you meet people, look at the possibility of what if we continue to cultivate this friendship? What kind of journey can we go on? Together, can we achieve more in our business and our personal lives than we ever would without the other person? That's when it gets exciting. But it's rare that you're going to have that type of a connection with somebody. I call them uncommon connections. And you can only have a dozen, maybe 20 people in your life who you have that special relationship with where you know they always have your back. But that's part of the joy of the journey is you never know who is going to be those people. You don't know if those people you think are forever friends are going to turn on you because they have their own stuff. Because sometimes people have bad stuff going on. They get divorced. They get fired. Something horrible is going on in their life. And they don't know how to go through this journey when they're having a rough time and keep that relationship with you positive. Sometimes people like to project and blame you and push you away because then it makes them feel a little better. I'm sorry if that's ever happened to you. It's happened to me. But here's the thing. It's just part of the journey. If you really want to go to live events and meet people, some of those people will come along on the journey with you. Some of them won't. But be open to it. And if you're the person planning a conference, your event for the 1 day, 2 day, 3 days or more that it's going to go on, plus all of the pre-connection that can go on in social media and post-connection that can happen, the event itself is an experience. The event itself is a journey. So make sure that you look at it that way. Plan for people to be able to share the journey of your conference together. think of everything you do as how does this part of the agenda, how does this speaker, how does this happy hour, how does this offsite, how does it impact the journey of each soul who is attending that conference? When we start looking at everything we do as a journey, there's going to be some bumps in the road, there's going to be some detours, and there's going to be some parts that are less pleasant than other parts. But I encourage you, when you're the attendee and the participant in a conference and just going through your life, or whether you're the person planning that event, embrace the journey as the part that brings the joy. Because for some people, sharing that human experience just for a couple of days at a conference, if they meet the right person, and if those people decide to go forth on that journey beyond your conference and do business together and help each other succeed, that's where the real magic happens. And I believe in that. That's why I attend conferences all the time. I love it when I get to speak or be the master of ceremonies at a conference and I myself make a connection with people, or I see other people who make those connections. It's really exciting when those things happen. So plan for it. Talk about it. Don't just let it happen over there. Bring everybody in on the idea that connecting with people, being at this conference, networking is a journey. If you like this channel, be sure to subscribe. Check me out at tom@thomsinger.com. That's my email, and I would love to hear from you. Please come back, like this channel, come back and check out the other videos. We're almost halfway through the alphabet in the ABCs of conference networking.